My next upload for the 4th of May is with regard to defamation of character and professional standards of professionals that aren't adhering to good practice. My personal history has been very severely intruded upon and very severely defamed. There are many misconstruencies of very unprofessional individuals without a moral code with regard to the person that I am, with regard to the work I have done, and with regard to the purpose I have, and with regard to the experience that I am personally single-handedly capable of justifying as a very positive, fulfilling, rewarding, accomplished experience. Now, in the past 3 to 4 years, that fantastic life experience has been very seriously slandered due to individuals of character assault, character assassination they call it, and has been intruded upon by impostors of ambitions to be what they aren't. I find that really a real concern as a recovery advocate and as a teacher and as a unique human being, which we all are. There are individuals that have gone to great lengths to impose upon me and to claim an identity that they don't own, that they haven't earned, that they haven't achieved, and that they haven't experienced. So my professional and personal experiences have been of a clean slate, of good record, of, you know, clean conscience, clean hands mentality. And there are individuals that have caused a hazard to life and have been highly irresponsible in their practices and their words and their actions and their behaviours, and have been highly disrespectful to the Declaration and the Constitution of this country, and have wrangled and wriggled their way in and out of an awful mess that they have single-handedly, as a poor collective, conducted in an effort to acquire what they don't simply have any right to. They have obstructed the course of justice, they have presented illegalities, they have perpetrated unlawful actions, they have slandered character, they have endangered human life, they have negatively affected civil society, they have jeopardized people's professions, and they have abused their positions when they involved themselves in my child's upbringing where they had no right to be. As I am of royal patronage, the individuals that intruded upon me on behalf of the culprits of very serious offences are still in contempt and are still violating royal patronage. They are also responsible for damaging sacred light of my spiritual purpose as a universal light worker and as a recovery advocate. These individuals have had no right of way or any rightful lawful remit in this situation, and they have caused the most horrendous amount of trouble and damage to my innocent child and I. They have damaged health and well-being. They have attempted by unethical, unstandardized and an unlawful means to induce an unstable environment upon people that is not the natural status quo. They have affected mentality processes. They have violated spiritual codes and practices. They have not adhered to any good practice, and they have no right or entitlement to anything that they claim to discuss ownership of or entitlement to. They had no consent to intrude upon my personal records or matters. They had no right to publicise any personal information. They had no right to intrude upon my child and to affect his upbringing so negatively. They had no right to expose my child to harm. The issues that I'm focusing on in this upload is with regard to the role of the Hippocratic Oath and the role of mental health practitioners that are not fulfilling their purpose responsibly considerately, courteously. As a woman of recovery and as an advocate of recovery, the individuals that have assaulted my human rights, my constitutional rights, that have withheld information from me, that have falsified information about me, that have compiled unauthorized and inauthentic documentation and records about me, have not worked in the best interests of society. They have not worked in the best interests of democracy, and they have not worked in the best interests of humanity. There have been damages to my light body and my physical body. In my current abode, there were awful, awful applications and circumstances applied that were not consented to and that are not PTRB regulated. The relevant establishments and agencies are still awaited to acknowledge and address those individuals that are falsifying and profusely so the origins of light, wealth, property that they don't own. So basically, in this upload, there are health matters and conditions that have not been treated, that have been caused unnaturally, and that have involved misinformation or disinformation and inauthentic information. My application to the European Court of Human Rights of 2019 is of, at this point, exacerbatory offences that I'm still experiencing. So the PTRB violations and the offences that I'm experiencing with the 2 past years, compounded upon the offences that I've been experiencing as a newly married mother, is highlighting a neurosis and a malaise that is being spread throughout the society of those distorting the facts and the truth of reality.